We sat down and talked about where we were as a company, and Tim offered some suggestions of ways that we should maybe think about moving down the road. We didn't even talk about NetSuite initially. Initially, it was just, where are we and where are we headed? We spent a lot of time doing the flow charts of how does work flow through our shop before we even talked about what solution would meet those needs. They asked a lot of questions about, why do you do it this way? What piece of information do you gain by filling out that form? Or how did you come up with this process? We recognized that a lot of the things that we were doing didn't really have a lot of value to us. We were doing them because we always had done them, but we didn't, that fresh set of eyes to stand back and say, wait a second, why are you doing that? That doesn't seem to gain you anything except a bunch of time. So that needed to be refined before we could even talk about software or business solutions. You can put software into a bad scenario, and all you do now is the bad scenario slightly more efficiently. So we didn't want to go there. During those initial interviews, it became evident to us that we really needed to do business with SolutionSource. We didn't, at that point, hadn't even talked about software. They were saying, before you guys have the software conversation, you really need to do the workflow analysis to make sure you're doing things as efficiently as possible. Then we will be able to bring you a suggestion of which software best meets those needs. So we spent probably months in conversation talking about how we should do things before we even talked about how NetSuite would meet those needs. We did spend more on consulting than we initially anticipated. I'm not upset about that in any way, because we absolutely needed that. We needed it much more than I recognized during the initial consultation, and it did not cost as much as some of the other solutions. We had at that point a fairly antiquated computer network. The one piece of software we're still using was DOS-based, and this was in 2003, 2004.